What's going on, everybody? Doing something a little bit different, filming at night. It is about 12 o'clock, but I couldn't sleep, so I figured why not record a YouTube video and get something productive done. But I've got the single cab behind me. As you see, it is a lot more finished than what it was. In the past video, it was probably 80% finished, and we're in the final 5% of button up in small parts and powder coating and fittings and getting all the stainless hardware we want to use. And we also got all of our chrome plating on. So let's take a look at it. I kind of wanted to do this video at night to kind of show off all the lights and some of the stuff that we've got done on the truck, but let's take a look. So we got the truck kind of aired out right now. It's at its, I think it's its lowest setting, but kind of want to do a walk around where everybody can see it. We got the amp steps wrapped up finally. We ended up having to modify them where they wouldn't come in all the way. That way the end caps did not get the paint busted off of them. Because if they come in anymore, they're going to hit right there. They're going to take the paint off, and then I'm going to be mad. So, fixed that. Added a couple more details to the truck. Big thing, though. We did get our air compressor / tank bracket done. Got it in, bolted down. It's all done. Looks great. And the tailgate. Tailgate's probably my favorite part. Let's go turn the lights on so we can actually see it. Please excuse the mess. I gotta turn this on too. What kind of video would it be without a starlight? But got our 24 rock lights on. And we're going to put more rock lights on it. We had a lighting sponsor hop on board that's going to help us with the rest of the lighting, some wheel lights, stuff like that. Happy to have them on board. It's NG Lighting, North Georgia Lighting on Instagram. Huge shout out to those guys for helping us with the build. Any parts help, no matter if it's a discount, you send us parts, whatever. Just anything helps on a build like this. But check out the tailgate. We did shave the badge, finally. Tickled with how that turned out. The center badge is gone. If you don't know anything about the Ram tailgates, when you take the center badge off, there's a bunch of holes and an indent. So now it is all welded up, filled in, looks awesome. I'm tickled with it. And the back of the truck has just turned out great. It's probably one of my favorite angles of the truck as far as for pictures and stuff like that, because the taillights also look phenomenal. I love the way they look. I know a lot of people are not a fan of painting over the whole ends, but the Fitch Intels are plenty bright enough for it, and they look amazing. But we also painted, there was a little piece of black trim in this handle bezel area. Sorry, it's getting dark. I'm trying to film this at night. But there was a little piece of black trim in here. We painted that too. So the whole tailgate, completely white, even the top cap. And we're doing the bed rail caps. They are off right now. But all that turned out great. Just got to put my parking sensors in. That's the wires hanging down. But let's see what else we got. So we've got the truck almost all the way down right now. As you know, we were having some rear track bar fitment problems. That little black bar right there keeps the axle in place. And the fabricated one we had was going to hit our bag mounts. So we got a new one. Flight Fab made us one. Shipped it in one day. Huge shout out to him. He really came through on that one because we do have a show next weekend. But so let's go over the suspension setup real quick on this truck. So I have a lot of people ask, like, what kit is this? How can I buy this? How much this kit will cost? And we just kind of want to give somebody an estimate on how much it costs to do a kit to this extent and to this detail. So the bag kit alone, the brackets, the bags, they all come together from Flight Fab. It's about $2,500 for the bag mounts and the bags. That is no air ride controller, no nothing. That's front and rear bag mounts, bags, raw, not powder coated brackets. That's just the bare minimum that you need to start building your air ride kit. Well, then we went a little bit overboard. We got the King shocks. You're talking about another $2,500. In all, as an individual, to have a shop put a lift like this on your truck, you're looking about $25. That's with all the steering. I wouldn't say that's with chrome plating. The chrome plating is even more. But Just to kind of give you a range of what it costs to do one of these air ride trucks. Just for people that are maybe wanting to do one of these lifts on their trucks. But we got the Signature Metal Fab sway bar kit. They sell those on their website along with the steering kit. The steering kit is also Signature Metal Fab, and the front track bar is Flight Fab. But we've got the lower 4-link and the lift from Stryker. That'll run you about $700 to $7,500 to get everything from Stryker. Then, like I said, you've got your custom order Kings. And the Kings are not meant for this truck. So a little bit of an enlightenment on the Kings. These Kings are spec'd for a F-250. I measured my shock clearances and how far or how long I needed them to be extended and collapsed. And PMF suspension had them in stock. Ordered them for a Ford. Put them on a Dodge. It worked, obviously. There's no difference. The weights are about the same. But you do need to measure everything properly or it won't fit right. And we got pretty lucky with it and or knew what we were doing, one of the two. And they all fit perfect. So the shocks worked out great. But the stock rear, or the rear track bar is stock for now. Like I said, we got the Flight Fab one coming in. And the lower sway bar that is chrome plated, that is a stock one. But then you've got making your brackets, your compressors, your tanks. Obviously, you don't need to go as overboard as we did. The tanks are flow billet air ride tanks. Probably one of the nicest tanks on the market, in my opinion. We just kind of went a little bit overboard on that one. But, yeah, I had a lot of people asking on TikTok and YouTube, like, how much does a lift like this cost? I mean, you're looking at $20,000 to $25,000, depending on how extensive you can go. Yes, you can do it cheaper, but not with these parts you can. But let's take a look in the front. Check out that chrome-plated steering setup from Signature Metal Fab. We got it from them, came in raw. And we also got the sway bar kit from them. All came in raw. We had the front steering kit chrome-plated. Turned out great. Love it. Super clean. And then you can see our single king stabilizer hanging out over there with our bracket that we made for it. So, a lot of people are asking where the diff covers were. So let me walk around. And they were being chrome plated. They've been there for about 5 to 6 weeks. I mean, chrome plating takes time. So, let's point out something real quick. So the stabilizer setup, this is not a bracket that you can buy at any store. This is a bracket that we made for a single and or dual stabilizer setup mounted above the steering like this. I kind of wanted to do it like this to show it off. I really like how it turned out. But one thing I want to point out is that the truck is down right now. And look at that clearance. This is almost all the way down. And the shock just kind of perfectly glides between the Flight Fab track bar and the drag link that's chrome plated. So it kind of just perfectly sits between them. And we didn't really plan this. And we didn't really account for the fact that the truck was going to be dropping. We just kind of got lucky with this. But I do love the way it clearances when you drop it now. I thought that was a really cool factor to it. But diff cover looks great. But truck's turning out good. Don't hate me for running those over the fenders. They are rubber. Does not hurt anything. Starlight. And a lot of people were asking how many miles. Yes, it still has never been drove. Let's see what she's got on her. Should still have the old 20. I did move it from one boom to the... Yep, still 20. And that ain't changing either. Because we ain't going to drive it. Let's turn our lights back on though. But, so we got a Starlight kit. 24 rock lights under it right now. We are going to do more. Like I said, I kind of want some back here by the tank bracket to show that off. Even though, like, the whole design of our tank bracket is that you can't even see it. So if you notice from the back, I mean, this is even with me sitting down, you still can't see our tank bracket. And part of that is because the Fitzgerald bumpers have these like bottom pieces that kind of block your view. But if you look, we shoved the air tank and the bracket up where the spare tire used to be, as far up as we could get it to get it away from the exhaust. But that turned out great. All our clearances are good. I even cut a little bit more off the front for this exhaust clearance. I was kind of worried about it. But bracket looks great. Air tanks look great. All the wiring, we took our time on it. It all looks pretty. But there is the chrome-plated rear diff cover and the rear sway bar. They turned out great. The people that do the chrome plating, they're out of Nashville, and they do a really good job. Really impressed with their work. But yeah. All right, everybody, it's the next day. We've got our billet sway wiring links in, finally. Don't have the hardware for them yet. We'll have them sometime this week. And then, like I said, our rear track bar, we got to get that handled. But this will kind of wrap up this video. Just wanted to give everybody an update of the more finished version of the truck and what all is left. Still need to get our sensors in and do something with the harness for the fog lights. But overall, it's just a couple little minor things. Got to figure out something with our front drive shaft. We either need a longer front drive shaft or I need to put my transfer case clock in. At all the way up, the drive shaft is not very happy. I mean, it would work because these trucks don't spin all the time. But we're going to try and figure out something to make that drive shaft a little bit happier in the front. Worst case scenario, we leave it out for the next couple shows until we get the parts in. But she will move, and we may get some rollers next week, hopefully. I would love to finally get some rollers of this thing. Pretty excited to just see it outside and or take it to some shows. So appreciate everybody for watching, though. This segment of the YouTube is kind of coming to the end of the build of this truck. Obviously, as it gets done, we still got to do some interior mods and stuff like that we'll film, and we will film all the events coming up with this truck. But we've got another build in mind, something a little bit older. So that'll be pretty neat. But we'll start it once this one's done. But love how the truck turned out. Hope everybody else likes it. And thanks for watching.